Hello.
Oi. Hello? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're gonna have to come here and help. It's Nate. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? What the crap? It's coming through the window. The window's coming off. The window. Off. The windows are coming off.
I think the hurricane's finally over. No, it's not.
I don't know if the roof came off. I have no idea. Power's out for good, I think. Oh, that was close. Jeez. They probably hit something.
It's a hurricane. Of course it's not like a hurricane. Wow. It looks like you're about to start another fire. It looks like you're about to start another fire. The neighbor. Ma'am? No, not school. I know that, like, because the lady got my teeth. Why? See, Ronald.
Am I coming to clean this mirror? You cold today?
No.
Come here now.
I said no.
Did you cold today?
No.
Come and clean this mirror. Come and clean the mirror.
Okay. Okay.
Northwest at 10 to 15 miles an hour over the next couple of weeks. Now, if you haven't been here before and you do like these detailed tropical weather outlook and discussions on a daily basis, please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the bell notification icon, hit the like button, and share this video with your friends on social media. Now, with that being said, here's a look at the latest GOES 19 True Color Visible Satellite Imagery provided by Dr. Levi Cowan at tropicaltidbits.com. There's a link in the description below this video along with timestamps, so you know what parts of the video I'm actually covering. So with that being said, here's a look at the deep tropical Atlantic, and what we can see here clearly, there's a lot of dry, stable Saharan air that is in place, with another big Saharan dust outbreak getting ready to come off of Africa, north of where all this deep convection is, and a tropical wave that is getting ready to emerge off of Africa. But otherwise, out here in the Caribbean, the western main development region looking pretty stable and nice, but that's not going to last for too much longer as we are... an eye on a developing tropical wave right now in far western Africa. Now, while the 7-day graphical tropical weather outlook from the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida does not have anything highlighted out here in the main development region just yet because of low confidence, I would not be surprised once they remove this area of yellow right off the coast of Louisiana, which only has a 0 to 5% chance of tropical development here in the next 7 days, which means it's not going to develop into anything significant. We talked about that in yesterday's live stream. They're going to probably have to highlight this area in their next update. Probably not tonight, but more likely by tomorrow if ensembles do keep up this trend where they are showing some chances of tropical development out here. And once that happens, we will be posting that here on my X page, where you can check that out in the links in the description below this video. So for right now, the main development region and much of the Atlantic looking nice and quiet for the time being, but remember, that's going to change pretty quickly here, I'm afraid so, in the next day or two. So with that being said, let's take a look now at our 4 global computer models, starting first with the European model. Then we're going to be looking at the European Artificial Intelligence model, the Canadian model, and then lastly, the deterministic GFS forecast, because it right now is more of a tiny bit of an outlier at the given time. And what the plot system we're looking at here is vorticity. That's the color shading that you see on your screen. That's how we're able to decipher which areas are rotating in the lower parts of the atmosphere. Our wind barbs tell us which way the wind is blowing from and how strong it is. And our height lines tell us where there's a ridge of high pressure or where there's a trough of lower pressure. And here is that ridge here in the subtropical Atlantic. That's what we call our Azores high or our Bermuda high, helping to steer things always from east to west. So putting this into motion, what we're looking for is any area of development down here in the deep tropics. And what we have here is a couple of attempts at tropical development. The first area that sticks out to me is this area right here. I'm gonna make a little arrow so you could all see that. So that's gonna be the area that we are going to need to watch. In the short term, it doesn't look like it's going to do anything surprising because there, after all, is a lot of drier air to the north of this. There's enough deep layer vertical wind shear preventing any tropical development, but there are attempts at something trying to develop along this intertropical convergence zone or this ITF. Now, putting this further into motion, there are additional opportunities, especially one right here. This briefly tries to attempt at tropical development, only briefly, out to about 7 to 10 days. And this is not just me talking about this. This is also being shared upon in X as well. Andy Hazelton is talking about this. Dennis Morris is talking about this. Rush has even brought it up briefly. So this is meeting the eyes of some big X people out there on social media, and that is why we're here talking about it as well. Not that it will develop, but you know, it's catching some people's eyes out there at the present time. And then there's going to be more additional possibility of tropical development here beyond the, basically beyond next week into the earlier or into the following week of very, very late July into early August. You can see here there is more confluence, more convergence along that intertropical convergence zone, as you can see with all the red and orange here. So there is some possibility here at a couple more attempts at spin-ups along that frontal or that ITF, intertropical front, as the flow becomes more conducive, and then maybe more waves coming off of Africa. So yes, we don't need to take our eyes off of the tropics yet, and we still need to watch what goes on down there in the deep tropics. Looking at the artificial intelligence, it's not just the European deterministic, it's also the artificial intelligence model picking this up as well, this signal that we have been watching over the last several days, how we talked about, remember, in late July into early August, there might be some formation. We can clearly see that here with this first wave in about 4 to 5 days trying to develop. It fails to do so, but yeah, it holds on to dear life there over some of the Leeward and Windward Islands, bringing some disturbed weather, maybe some heavier rainfall, some gusty winds, that sort of thing, with another wave trying to show up here by the end of the 7 day.
I know, dude. Oh, I did it immediately. I didn't. I mean, this is. I mean, it's still back there. Yeah, that's what
Period here. All right, so that's going to be the one that we will need to watch, and there may be another area to also watch beyond that, but this is not a very high resolution model, and it doesn't give us a very clear idea, but you can see here there is a little bit of confluence, and so it's a matter of time when things will start getting busy out there. But right now, it looks like we'll have to watch for two tropical waves in tandem. The Canadian model is also similar in this. You can see, really look at all this convergence here. Very amount of upward motion in the atmosphere. A convective coupled Kelvin wave is moving through the atmosphere at this point, hoping to trigger some of the convection here in about 3 days. And then that continues to move off towards the west-northwest, towards the eastern portion of the Caribbean, with another tropical wave coming off of Africa here. As you can see, excuse me there, almost coughed. That's going to continue all the way through the end of the forecast period. Okay, you can see what we're looking at. So definitely, let's not take our eyes off the Atlantic. Looking at the GFS now, the Global Forecasting System is the only model that is very conservative, I should say, which is a little bit worrisome because it likes to take any spin and it likes to go a little crazy with it. Remember our fantasy storms back in late May, early June? Yeah, we remember all those, right? That came off of Venezuela, that moved into the northwestern Caribbean.
Put your shirt in the dark clothes.
Yeah, kind of down. And that was like 3 hours, so that's yeah.